I am Norman Christopher, and welcome to Sustainability Demystified. Today we're at Color House Graphics to learn more from them about what sustainable development best practices the printing industry is using to create greater efficiencies and reduce environmental impact. Some of these best practices include waste minimization, energy savings, and improvement of air quality. Phil Knight, Director of Sales, will tell us about the book printing business and how they've integrated sustainability best practices into their operations.
My name is Phil Knight. I'm with Color House Graphics in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We are a complete book manufacturing company that has been in business for 27 years. We produce, manufacture books for a variety of publishers across the country. The book manufacturing process begins with a print-ready file that we receive from our customers. We then process that file and typically provide a proof for approval. This allows us to be sure that the customer is satisfied with the layout of the book, the color that may be included in the cover or the text. Once we have that approval, we move to the press and begin printing. And this could be one of either digital printing or offset sheet-fed printing. And then we go into a finishing operation that is comprised of folding and binding. And binding could be either adhesive bound, sewn, mechanical bound, or plastic coil, wire, and so on. Then we're ready to box and ship the cartons of books to customers. Sustainability is a strategy that we pretty much take for granted here. It is just common sense business practice for us. We believe that good, efficient book manufacturing and sustainability are one and the same. The most common process changes have been in recycling the materials we use, both in paper, printing plates, solvents. There are really three steps that we take. The approach toward design, where we can help our customers produce a good print design that's sustainable, that fits our equipment very well and reduces waste. And then we look at what we can do as a process, what we can do to affect the process to make that whole sustainability picture more realistic. And then lastly, we look at the environment we're in, the building, the grounds, the maintenance we provide, and make sure that we're operating our business in the most sustainable way that we can. We measure all of our waste return and recycle content from year to year, from month to month. We look at the amount of waste that's generated. We focus on those areas where waste is still an area of concern. We do look at the recovery cost of the recyclables that we have, printing plates, for instance, and obviously paper. We also look at the practices within the process that we try to improve upon. Worker efficiency, presses that are in good repair, so that we're reducing waste at the manufacturing point. A few additional steps that are taken within our process. The printing plates we use are bimetal aluminum plate, and those are all recycled. We use those once, and then they are disposed through a recycling company, a third party. We use soy-based inks, which are not petroleum-based, obviously, and those are very sustainable. We can recycle all of that, and obviously the de-inking process when we go back to recycling is shortened because of the soy inks that we used. We also know that these paper suppliers we use are primarily all certified through FSC, Forest Stewardship Council, and those certifications run the entire gamut of our standard stocks that we print at Color House Graphics for most of the books that we produce. To be a little more specific about some of the practices here in terms of sustainability, we do take a very careful look at the way the hazardous materials are handled. Most everything is recycled. We retain any of the used chemicals and return them to the vendor. We look internally at the way we're operating the building in terms of lighting and heat. We've upgraded the air conditioning in the building. We've moved to LED lighting where we can, and more efficient fluorescent lighting throughout the plant. Better lighting, which makes for a better quality and reduced cost because it's more energy efficient. Well, for Color House, the future is still going to remain what can we do? What's our strategy to become more efficient? Costs are constantly driving us to more efficient practices, more conservation. So the challenge for us will be educating our customers, working with their designers to create more efficient products, pushing them toward materials such as paper that is either a sustainable product in that it is recycled, or we move them into shorter runs, which means better control over their inventory. Our three main focuses are air management, our process control, and the way we procure the products that we use. I would invite anybody who has the opportunity to come out here and see firsthand what the book manufacturing process includes and how these specific plans and processes we have in place can affect our business.
Over the long term, organizations can embrace sustainability as a value and transform their models by creating additional value across environmental, social, and economic impact. For sustainability best practices to work, the bottom line must be positively impacted. At Color House Graphics, their average income from recycling and process improvements is between $11,000 and $12,000 per month. No small change for a small to mid-sized enterprise. This has been Sustainability Demystified. I'm Norman Christopher. Thank you for joining us.